talk about supplier assessment and development. Supplier evaluation and assessment is integral into your supply chain for several reasons. There's no such thing as a supply chain. It is really a very complex matrix of events. There's a thing called the bullwhip effect in inventory and supply. What happens is if you flick your wrist, then the end of the whip goes up and down. And this is what happens with suppliers. A very minor change in your demand trickles down the chain. The benefits and values of supplier assessment are you form this relationship and this level of trust with your suppliers. Now that creates value for your company. Supplier development and assessment is very, very important. And this allows you to categorize your suppliers to see if you really want to work with them. Once we make the assessment, which is beneficial to your company, then we start the supplier development phase. Now the supplier development phase can be very wide-ranging. So for instance, if you find in the assessment that the supplier does not have a business continuity plan, or you ask the question, well, what happens if your factory burns down? Risk and opportunity. And this is really what we focus on in the supplier development. We look to see how financially viable they are. The last thing you want to do is to have a load of your critical components in a warehouse and the local sheriff comes with 6-inch nails and nails the door shut. We have a recent aerospace client which greatly benefited from supplier assessment and development because it allowed them to focus on the elimination of counterfeit parts. So this allowed us to go to domestic suppliers and help them develop the requirements to meet those parts. What we've got to do really is to take a step back and think about what a supplier is. And in the APICS certification production inventory management, what we preach is strategic relationships with suppliers. Call Missouri Enterprise today and ask your ABM how supplier development and assessment can really add value to your company and to your customers.